Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So there's no free lunch this cycle. This coming from CryptoCon here. If you want to make it to the Bitcoin cycle top, you're going to have to be tough and you're going to have to be patient. RSI 50 does show clear as day that there has been no attempt at a cycle top yet. Beating the odds means believing when no one else does. So taking a look at another metric here, the RSI 50. As you guys can see from CryptoCon's tweet here, it does reach a certain level when we do see the market peak. And currently we're kind of right at the midpoint, as you guys can see down here. So the cycle lows in 2022, that obviously was denoted by the lower end. As you guys can see, the previous cycle top in 2021, RSI 100 was up near the peak. And right here, we are somewhere near the middle of the trend. Don't forget, guys, Bitcoin is only up by a little bit. Did just recently breach a new all-time high about, a few weeks ago now, May the, 22nd, 2025. We did come down. This is the hourly chart, by the way. We did come down, and yesterday I was talking about Bitcoin getting back up above the 0.236. And now, guys, take a look up here. The 0.382 is now being tested. Bitcoin has been rejected from the 0.82, though, so that is the next level for Bitcoin to breach. As of the time of this recording, we are seeing Bitcoin price not much higher than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was at 104.9. Today, 105.6, but it was getting up past this level at 106.5. We recently did see this rejection, though. Unfortunately, Dr. Martin Hisbach here posting this. Hundreds of crypto projects will go bankrupt in the next 6 months. Keep an eye on this, guys. You probably want to make sure if you're holding a slew of wacky altcoins, you probably want to have a plan to sell them when they're pumping. For more information on what I'm doing for my $15,000 plus portfolio and my legacy portfolio, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's where I'm discussing all my crypto plans, my strategy for this particular bull run. Check it out there. Link is on the screen. Martin Hisbach, Dr. Martin Hisbach, he does say they are quickly running out of runway and they have no cash, and the tokens are getting increasingly worthless. The ICO model is finally drawing its last breath. This is what Brad Garlinghouse said years ago. Cryptocurrency would eventually come into its own, and the real world solution coins, those would be the coins that would really gain a lot of the traction, gain a lot of the steam, and XRP clearly one of those coins. We've got Bitcoin that is up by a little bit within the last 24 hours. Market looking up, I guess I should preface by saying. Ethereum is up by 4.28%. Wow. We have seen a bit of a boost for Ethereum. XRP is up by almost 2%, 1.88. We've got BNB coin that's up by just over 1.5%. Solana up just over 2%. So not big numbers by any means. You guys can see we're slowly sliding up. Still in neutral, but only at 58. Market cap up just by over 1.5. And the CMC 100 just over 1%. So we are seeing a green day, but it isn't really anything too green. I mean, I don't want to get too excited, not yet. XRP is following Bitcoin in the moment. We did see a bit of a boost for XRP as well, but now you guys can see that that hourly candlestick also coming down for XRP following Bitcoin. Right now, one XRP is going for just under $2.20 per coin. But Bitcoin dominance, guys, this is really what's going to get altcoins up and rising. I've mentioned it before, and we're getting very close here. Rect Capital also commenting on this. Bitcoin dominance has successfully retested 64% as support. Any short-term dips would still enable limited altcoin moves. He is thinking that Bitcoin dominance is still looking for an upside near 71%, so near former levels that we saw back in 2021 and 2019, respectively. But, this trend, it just has seemed very grueling, I want to say, from 2022 till now. A very grueling move to the upside for Bitcoin. And if we do see Bitcoin get up to 71%, I think it's going to be a short burst and then a collapse as altcoins follow. Again, guys, if you want to see how I'm looking at this particular bull run, because I'm treating this different than former bull runs, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Tom Lee is optimistic about Bitcoin. He's saying it could hit 3 million, but that's long term. 250,000, though, possible by the end of 2025. Listen to this.
95% of all Bitcoin's been mined, but 95% of the world doesn't own Bitcoin. So I just think that there's still a huge demand versus supply imbalance, meaning there's a lot more potential buyers of Bitcoin over the next 10 years. And so I think there's a lot of upside into year end.
Into your 150 target?
Yeah, 150, maybe 200, even 250 this year.
What? 150 to 200 to even 250. And what's you don't have a terminal price on that, do you?
Well, it's I think at a minimum it should have the same network value as gold. And if you look at above ground gold, it's probably 23 trillion. So that would be, 1.2 million for Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin is more valuable than gold. So, Bitcoin could be 2 million, 3 million long term.
And he says it in such a nonchalant way. Bitcoin more valuable than gold. I don't know if I agree with that. 2 million, he says. 3 million on the higher side. I could see Bitcoin getting up to $1 million, definitely. I think it will take some time, though. That's going to mean the entire crypto market rocking. And that is going to take place over several years once we do have real world utility. Now, these cycles, they tend to work in patterns. Marty Party here saying, people, when I say price makes narrative, this is what it means. The whales, the rich accumulators, control the price of mainstream crypto. All other crypto correlates with mainstream asset indexes. With Bitcoin, 70% dominant means prices will follow Bitcoin. And this is exactly what I've been saying for years now. The whales are manipulating the price to the distribution model called Wyckoff, and I'm sure you guys know about that. It is designed to cause maximum pain to you, the leveraged traders and paper hands who sell on fear and buy on greed. The whales are accumulating. So keep this in mind. When they move prices up or down, they prey on you, not prey, but P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y, and the media will invent hundreds of reasons why to rationalize the move. No, price does make the narrative. Now, the kick in the pants that makes the strategy extra spicy. When there is bullish news, actual macro or political narrative, the whales will send the price down because you went long. When there is bearish news, actual macro or regulatory narrative, the whales will send the price up because you went short. So basically doing the exact opposite of what your puny little brain thinks of doing, and essentially is what he's saying here. Focus. The game is to accumulate quality network tokens, not lose them. Buy low spot tokens, send to self-custody, and patiently accumulate and wait for quantitative easing. Again, another great piece of advice here. Send to self-custody. That is another thing that I definitely think most people should be doing if they're not already, especially if you're accumulating a lot of crypto. I personally use the Ledger Nano. I do have an affiliate link in the description of the video. If you guys want to use it, you can use my link. You don't have to use it, but keep your cryptocurrency safe regardless if it is on a Ledger or something similar. I've personally been using them since 2017 and I've never had a problem. This is the way for you to self-custody. It's basically like having a safe in your back pocket for your crypto, especially if you're holding a significant sum, guys. Make sure you don't tell anybody your keys either, obviously. 99% of traders lose liquidity and tokens. 100% of hodlers are up. Stop trying to outsmart the whales. Patience is your edge. By strategy, I bought my first Bitcoin 2016. That's 9 years ago. I won't sell till 2026 or the peak of quantitative easing. I follow the liquidity and business cycle. I buy significant dips when the price is flush below the blue liquidation levels, never before that. Never trade in a range unless you are a professional scalper. You will lose. That is another thing I learned the hard way. I tried day trading years and years ago, over a decade ago, about 15 years ago now. And it's not as easy as people want to make it out to be. Scalping is even crazier. Currently, we're at the peak of quantitative tightening, the absolute worst. Exit. So what Marty Party is saying, guys, waiting for quantitative easing, waiting for M2 money supply, in other words, to get up and running. And the big players know this, okay? Even the institutional players, companies, businesses. Circle just raised its IPO target again to nearly $900 million. This courtesy of Jungle Inc. here. Check this out. And by the way, this does tie into what I was talking about. These guys generally do IPO when there's excitement and exuberance in the market. And I think Circle, if you were to ask me, is planning on an IPO once we do see a liquidity push. So Circle has increased their IPO target. Now it's at $896 million amid rising investor interest, growing stablecoin adoption, and a more favorable U.S. regulatory environment. You guys probably know, too, that Ripple did put in a bid to purchase Circle, and they rejected it. I did recently do a video on that. I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch it. According to a June 2nd filing, though, to the SEC, Circle now plans to offer up to 32 million shares at an IPO price range of about $27 to $28, an increase from the previous offering of 24 million shares priced between $24 and $26. An increase in the IPO target suggests stronger investor interest in Circle stock, so they're obviously realizing that the stock and the company is gaining interest. This occurs as the U.S. administration under President Donald Trump continues to foster an increasingly favorable regulatory environment for the industry. So no surprises there, I think. Interesting. I wonder if Ripple is going to offer another bid to purchase them. I think maybe at this point they're well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they could. I have no idea. Ripple's got deep pockets. And, they were open to entertain bids before. So maybe they're putting this out in the news to give Ripple the hint, you've got to offer more, and it's upwards of $900 million. This is a big deal. Anyway, wanted to thank Jungle Inc., of course, Marty Party, Cointelegraph, Rect Capital, Dr. Martin Hisbach, and CryptoCon here for posting those. Now, the Wrath of Kahneman guys discovered something new. NTT's Docomo's $5.1 billion buyout of SBI Submission Bank brings a bank using MoneyTap, okay, so that's a Ripple investment, and SBI Remit, this is a Ripple user, so 2 Ripple connections here, in-house for the telecom. Very interesting observation here from the Wrath of Kahneman. So again, 2 Ripple partners connected. One is connected to SBI Holdings, says it down here, and the other one is connected to MoneyTap. Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, okay, that is NTT, and that is a telecom company in Japan. They have revealed a plan to acquire a major stake in SBI Submission Bank, that's a net bank, through its mobile unit. Docomo will purchase nearly 2/3 of the online bank's outstanding shares, including the 1/3 held by SBI Holdings. So interesting how the technology, I mean, this is an acquisition, a business deal, but it's interesting how the technology does connect through Ripple for a lot of the companies involved here. SBI Submission NetBank was established in 2007, and it's a specialized internet bank joint venture with SBI Holdings and Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Bank, which is also by extension a Ripple partner through the consortium that was set up a few years ago. So three Ripple connections that I can count here. SBI expects to tie up and bring significant benefits, including growth in customer accounts and deposits, presence in the mortgage market through Docomo's network, and expansion in the banking as a service sector. So they definitely see some more benefits here. Another interesting observation from the Wrath of Kahneman. Wrath of Kahneman does ask here, are they expanding financial services or just investing here? Exciting possibilities, but we don't know anything for sure. Remember, NTT's other branch, NTT Data, helped build ILP. So that is an interesting connection as well. Data and Docomo are different holdings of the parent companies. Their long-term plans are important to understand here. Payment expansion or just investment for a mobile division. I have a feeling that if they're going mobile, I have a feeling that this is probably the next step. Mobile companies opening up internet banks or virtual banks, I guess we could call them. My guess is that we'll probably start seeing a trend towards that more as all the months and years go on. And it's just starting to happen in Japan right now. So wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Guys, here's some more news, some key investors on the BitGo side. Cowboy Crypto reposting out Crypto Eddie's tweet here with regards to some more breaking news. BitGo just entered a strategic partnership with the same company that is aligning themselves with the UAE to facilitate a $100 million US XRP acquisition for the Treasury. Okay, this is VivoPower. BitGo is now the exclusive over-the-counter trading desk to acquire the XRP. And so just to give you guys some more insight on that, Cowboy Crypto did notice that Goldman Sachs, Galaxy Digital, which is Mike Novogratz's company, Kraft Ventures, which is connected to David Sachs of the White House, Redpoint Valor Equity, which is a Musk backer, Founders Fund, which is Peter Thiel, who is also connected to Elon Musk, Plug and Pay, and Pomp Investments are connected to this. So what's happening, guys? BitGo, the leading infrastructure provider of digital asset solutions in VivoPower International, they just recently announced the transition to an XRP-focused treasury and decentralized finance solution company. Today announced their strategic partnership. VivoPower, having successfully raised $121 million, will leverage BitGo as their exclusive OTC trading desk to acquire XRP in their initial $100 million acquisition of XRP tokens. So we knew those tokens were going to be acquired. We didn't know how. And now we do know that it's going to be through BitGo. They're going to be exclusively leveraging BitGo for both the trading of their XRP through their holdings. It's a 24/7, 365 OTC trading desk. As a result, VivoPower is expected to benefit from BitGo's liquidity, robust execution capabilities, and secure cold storage infrastructure. So there's a lot involved there. And, the institutional and enterprise grade, I don't want to just say custodian solutions, but also just the infrastructure in general for trading. This is all what the institutions want. Cryptocurrency is a new emerging asset class, and they need the back end, the robust infrastructure, similar to what they have now for securities trading. They need this to feel confident moving forward. And so here's a quote, guys, from the CEO of VivoPower. He said, "VivoPower is committed to driving value for our shareholders by building out a leading digital asset treasury strategy, a mission we plan to accomplish through partnerships with best-in-class digital asset leaders like BitGo. And BitGo's track record, combined with its institutional-grade, secure by design custodial and trading infrastructure, makes them the clear choice to execute and safeguard our treasury allocation. Mike Belshe also did comment on this. He's the CEO of BitGo. He said VivoPower's commitment to digital assets is a testament to the institutional momentum building around our ecosystem. We are proud to provide a comprehensive platform that companies like VivoPower need to enter the digital asset space with confidence, from seamless execution to industry-leading custody. So that is big news. BitGo also leverages crossover partnerships like CrossX technology. This courtesy of Matthew Lany. Just another connection here that they are integrated into the front-end system for Hidden Road, which we know is a recent Ripple acquisition. So this is just some news from a few months ago, but it does explain how this crossover partnership does work. BitGo, the trust company, is a leading infrastructure provider for digital asset solutions. CrossX is integrated with BitGo's trust regulated qualified custody offerings and Go network clearing solutions, enabling investors to seamlessly access liquidity with mitigated counterparty risks. So boom goes the dynamite. Another connection there. And Hidden Road, of course, is the global credit network for institutions that was just purchased by Ripple. So the CrossX connection, guys, also part of this. I also wanted to just mention, just going back to this article here, Mike Belshe, the CEO of BitGo, did comment on this. This, of course, is a brand new update just as of June the 2nd, 2025. But I want to remind you what Mike Belshe said back in 2023. This was posted back 2 years ago now, courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf. At that time, Mike Belshe claimed that a victory for Ripple in the XRP lawsuit against the SEC could set off a chain reaction on the regulatory front. So he has been bullish on XRP for a very long time. If you don't remember, I'm just going to read some of this. According to Belshe, a victory for Ripple in the legal tug of war could echo across the entire cryptocurrency landscape, creating positive changes in the regulatory environment. Now, remember too, this is from June of 2023, about a month before we did get that initial Ripple verdict. In his tweets, Belshe drew a comparison between the early days of Bitcoin and Ripple's current situation, claiming that Bitcoin, like XRP, could have been seen as a centralized entity from 2009 to 2012. This notion stems from the idea that during the initial days, Bitcoin's development and decisions were mostly under the control of its early developers. And so he sees the comparisons here. He clearly put a big bet on Ripple and XRP. Now we're seeing the fruits of their labor pay off. BitGo has their own partnerships, but now, guys, they are partnering up with VivoPower, the company associated with the $100 million XRP treasury strategy with the Saudi Arabian government. All this news, guys, coming out fast and furiously. It is looking positive. Right now, price of XRP, of course, still reflecting a spec market, but we're going to be in a spec until we're not. And for more information on where I think the market could go and where it will go if we do change to real-world utility, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I also have the Working Money Channel merch store up, guys. If you're interested, you can, check it out. I've got brand new Working Money Channel mugs. Comes in 11 ounce and 15 ounce. If you're interested in any of the merch, link is in the description of the video, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.